I'm Sarah Fox of 500 Words, and I've just finished reviewing a 120-page subcontract. But it's not really a contract at all. You see, a contract obliges one party, in this case the contractor, to pay for goods, works and services that another party, in this case the subcontractor, has agreed to provide. It legally obliges you to finish what you start. And yes, you need a bit of flexibility, but this contract has maybe just got a little too much flexibility to call it a contract at all. In fact, it's more like an expression of intent. You see, there are two clauses that really bother me. The first is a right for the contractor to terminate the subcontract for any reason whatsoever. Anything. Change of hair colour, day of the week, weather, doesn't really matter. And when they terminate, there is no obligation for them to pay any losses, costs or lost profit on the goods, works and services the subcontractor is no longer providing. Now that's kind of more like an option to continue or not to continue. It should come with some form of compensation, otherwise it's not really a contract. It's not a legally binding obligation to finish what you started. So that's the first one that bothers me. Now NEC does have a right to terminate for a reason, but it comes with compensation. It's just that compensation has been deleted in this subcontract. And the second clause that really bothers me is the right to omit works. You see, a variation clause is really useful in any sort of construction contract because, you know, things change, ideas change, the site turns out to be different, all those kind of things. So change management is really important, but you can't and should not use a change clause to act as a sort of mini termination. See, this change clause allows them to omit works, well, okay, but also, as well as omit the works, the contractor is allowed to do them themselves or get somebody else in to do them. Well, if you can find someone cheaper, do it from the start. Don't do it later. So it's kind of, both of these have a real air of contractual bullying. They're saying, we want you to give us a really good price based on doing £1 million worth of work, but at any point after you've started, we can stop the contract now, or we can just take all the rest of the works away from you and give them to somebody cheaper, or somebody else, somebody we like more, somebody we've been down the golf club with. I don't know. None of these come with proper compensation for the subcontractor. If you're going to have that sort of thing, if you're going to oblige the subcontractor to provide you with those goods, works and services, you should give them the right and allow them to do that and to compensate them if you change your mind. You see, contractual bullying isn't what contracts are meant to be for. So beware contracts which look like contracts, 120 pages, loads and loads of words, based on a standard form contract. You'd have guessed it was a contract, but that aren't. When you dig deep, this is not really a proper contract. Now my contract report, well, I'm afraid to say it got to 6 pages long on this one because there were so many risks, so many issues, so many conditions that I didn't think the subcontractor should be accepting that I couldn't keep it any shorter. But generally speaking, I like to just report on the biggies. It just so happened that this contract was full of biggies. So beware, a contract that looks like a contract may not be if there's a right for one party just to up sticks, go home and not pay you. That's not a contract. See, check carefully because contracts should be used to bind both parties to finish what they've started.